audiences only, so your mom is definitely invited. Sometimes controversial, always engaging. It's the podcast that lets your voice be heard. It's the podcast that shouts you out. It's time to holler. Can you dig it?
I could eat a unicorn one day through a Pop-Tart.
I like toaster strudels.
You like the jizzy part?
Yeah, I like the way it explodes in my mouth and to swallow it down. Oh my God.
Your tweets, snaps, Facebook comments, and even phone calls. Holler any way you want.
They used to give kids opiates to keep them quiet.
This is much less offensive than that.
JD, Brian, and Gracie. Holler at your boys and a girl.
All right, Holler Nation, don't mind us. We are running 15 minutes late. Hey, what's new? It's all good. It's Friday night. We don't care. I just noticed that my name says it's a party. I mean, I'm going to change that real quick, but that's not a lie. It's not a lie, though. It is a party tonight. Let me make this go away and come back. Boom. Just like that, we're back. Guys, we've got a great guest. It's Gressel Radio. I can't wait to talk all about it, teach you guys how to go find this thing, and let's get this thing rolling. Corey's going to be a wonderful guest. We'll meet him here in a second. Before we get started, Gracie's going to lead us off with a toast. And I'll tell you what, we're going full steam ahead tonight. We're just jumping right in this thing. So, Gracie,
ready? Here we go.
I've got whiskey. Here we go.
Okay, I've got this cup that says, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. May we be who our dogs think we are. Amen. In Jesus' name. Cheers.
Absolutely. I would be the greatest person in the world, Gracie.
Link up at officialholler.com.
Down goes the bourbon.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, man. A little bit spicy. Okay, so,
Yikes.
guys, before we shout anything out, we're going to shout out, of course, Camo Energy. They're the sponsor. They power this show with these wonderful little energy shots. Of course, we're scrolling their URL down at the bottom, but I've got a couple flavors here. We've got Rocket Pop and we've got Dragon Fruit. These are my two favorite flavors, which is why I'm showing you. These things have 250 milligrams of caffeine. They're made in the USA. They don't have carbs or sugar. What more can I say? They taste delicious. They're way better than 5 Hour Energy, and they're made here locally. So why not go to camoenergyshots.com and buy you some, or you can just stick around. We're going to give some away for free. I'm going to give you a shot right now for all you early birds that are here. If you share this show to your Facebook wall right now and then send us a DM, we're going to mail you some for free. Just make sure you DM us your mailing address, and you've got it for free right now. That's all for Camo right now. We're going to jump right into the show. Guys, I've got a surprise for both of you. I haven't told anyone this yet. You guys ready for this? Look at what I'm drinking. It's going to blow your fucking minds. Look at this.
I hope it's pickle beer today.
Oh, it's the Beast.
That sounds very terrifying.
6%?
It's Monster Energy alcohol. 6% Monster Energy alcohol. I've never tried it yet. Here's the first sip ever. Let me tell you how it is.
Okay.
It tastes like Monster Energy. I can barely taste like a hint of the alcohol part. It just tastes like I'm drinking like an OG Monster Energy. So if you guys like the green cans of Monster, that's what this tastes like with a hint of alcohol. Cool. I'm in. I don't know how much caffeine it has. Sorry, Camo. I feel like I'm cheating on Camo this round, but this had to be done. This had to be done, right?
Mm-hmm. For science.
Hey, we've got Lindsay Marshall in the house. She says she loves your cup, Gracie.
Thanks.
We've had Lindsay on the show before. She's awesome. Lindsay, good to see you. Thanks for hanging. Corey, let's talk to you, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Holler, the podcast that shouts you out, dude. How's it feel?
Good to be here. Thank you. Awesome.
It's great to have you here. Now, listen, people, right out of the gate here, they're not gonna they might not know anything about Gressel Radio. They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn tonight. But I need to say, Corey is a wonderful guy. He's a wonderful human. He's somebody that I know outside the podcast. He's somebody that I invite to all of my parties. Anytime I have a Halloween party, any kind of party, I invite this guy because A, he's fun at parties. B, he's a good guy.
Sure.
He's always going to come packing Dr. Pepper and Evan Williams. I had to get it right. It's Evan Williams and Dr. Pepper, right?
Oh yeah. It's a good stuff.
It's like I know this guy. But no, seriously, he's a great guy, and he's also a great voice. He's by far a better voice than anyone we have on this show, and I'll promise you that this is a professional radio voice, and I'm not sugarcoating it. I actually was offered. Corey will like this, right? I was offered a voiceover job locally, and this place was like really scrambling. They had 24 hours to lay down some vocal tracks, and they hit me up because they recognized my voice from the podcast, and they were like, "We're going to use your voice for this voiceover, and we're going to pay you." And I was like, "Listen, I'll do it. I'm busy right now with work." I actually ended up doing it on my lunch break. I was like, "I'm busy. I work Monday through Friday, but I've got this friend who's got the voice. He's got the golden voice." And I was like, "You guys should just go get him." I was trying to give Corey the money. I was like, "Go get this guy. He's better than me. The voice is better." And they were just in a pinch. They couldn't get a hold of Corey fast enough. I couldn't either. And I just said, "Fuck it." I went on my lunch break and went and laid down this track and turned into a local commercial, dude. That's a weird story, right?
That's amazing. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you did it.
We got Lakeisha. I hope I'm saying your name right. She says, "What's up?"
What's up, Lakeisha? Thanks for tuning in, checking it out. Heck yeah.
Lindsay says, "I would love to be on again sometime." Lindsay, we loved having you on. Thank you for coming around. You keep coming around. We'll throw you back on there. Hey, Corey, here's your first question of the night. Comes from Miranda. She says, "I've got the first question. Corey, please explain your last name. In compared to the name of the radio station, we need some answers. Let's just kick it off with that."
Sure. Let's kick it off. All right. So, Corey Gressel, pleasure to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. The original Gressel last name is actually Gressel. When you go back really, really far, that's what it was. So it's kind of a little play on it. So it's not directly my last name, you know. Yeah. So it has a little flavor to it, and that's kind of why that's. And you know, it's a little bit of a pseudonym. Like it.
I like it. It's just your style, man, to roll that.
Gotta have a twist, a little tongue in cheek.
And you know, speaking of drinks, by the way, what are you drinking on over there?
I'm just having some beers tonight. You know, I've got to make room for the hat later to kind of enjoy myself. I don't drink as much as I used to. I'm sorry to say, I've been a lightweight. So 1 or 2 or 3 of these by the end of the show, I should be ready to dance or something. I don't know. Have a good time. But
well, obviously there's no reason to be sorry about it. But like, you know, just out of curiosity, what's your personal reason for maybe slowing down a little bit? Do you have one, or what's going on?
A little bit of New Year's resolution. Just been trying to like work out more, you know, get healthy and stuff. I got a promotion at work. I'm doing pretty well there. Anyone listening, appreciate you. Having fun with that. So I just want to focus on that and stay on the course and feel good. Get ready for this summer. You know what I mean?
Good for you.
Be a very hot summer. So I want to be ready. Get a little bit of a tan, have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. There's certainly no shame in that game. And you know, that's why I was curious, because it's like, I like to just be open and honest, not only in my friendships, but in this podcast as well. And it's like, I don't want to go down some dark rabbit hole, but like, hey man, if you were having like some type of issue that you're trying to fix, or if you're trying to better your health, I want you to just say it, because maybe there's someone else out there listening that feels the same exact way, or maybe you just don't even have a good reason, but hey, you say resolution. So cool.
Yeah, it's that, and it's a little more. A few years ago, I had my back surgery, had a herniated disc in the old L5. Pretty bad off. It hurt really, really bad. And I was out of commission. I had to quit my previous job, and it was just tough. So now that I'm back on my feet and doing well, I figure let's drop a few pounds, work out. Been working out with my brother, having a good time there. You know, we're both on this kick to do really, really well and just get healthy and feel good about ourselves. Sleep well. Yeah, and just feel great. I feel young again. Knocked a couple years down. I don't feel... You know, I don't feel these as much.
Good for you.
It's actually amazing if you just get great sleep, how good you will feel through your day and the next day. I mean, that sounds so cliche.
A good friend of mine just had a nap earlier, but they're still tired. I mean, what do you do, right?
Well,
I mean,
have another nap.
Who would that be?
25-7, 25-8.
25-8 over here. Still tired. Hashtag always tired.
It's her personal.
Hashtag sorry, Kevin Gates. I'll let you down.
Hey, we got Jesse Lawrence in the house. Hey, Jesse, here's what you've missed so far. Jesse, here's what you've missed so far. This is what I just cracked. I've just drank it for the first time tonight. Monster Beast alcohol. 6% alcohol plus Monster Energy. And my take on it is it tastes just like their recipe of the OG Monsters, like the ones in the green cans, the original Monsters. It tastes just like that. Maybe there's like a hint of alcohol in there somewhere. I'm still trying to figure out how much caffeine is in this shit. Am I going to stay up all night or no? I actually don't even think you can affect me with caffeine at this point. I think that I'm unaffected.
In there?
If they drew your blood,
how much
they could
terpenes
probably use it
or
to make a
extract
caffeinated drink.
juices?
I don't know. Turns out it's real hard to read this can while wearing sunglasses and drinking it. So I'm just going to put this to the side. We'll just pretend. Maybe someone can Google it out there. How much caffeine is in this Monster alcohol? Who the hell knows?
Let us know.
Jesse says it sounds like a naked night in the slammer.
Yikes.
You would think, dude, because I'm also pouring whiskey on top of it, but like I've made myself immune to all of those things. As sad as that sounds, the whiskey, the Monster, just doesn't affect me, man. I just keep talking like this. Hey, Franny Coffee Bean Hunley. Franny Coffee Hunley in the house. She says Monster usually has 155. And Franny, actually, the Monsters that you drink have that. The OG Monsters have more. They tone it down a little bit on those low carb, low sugar ones, believe it or not. And believe it or not, the champion of them all are these right here, these Camo energy shots. They've got 250 milligrams. There's not an energy drink that I can think of that touches that one, which is super cool.
I think it's caffeine free.
Get the fuck out of here. Is it really? It just tastes like it? Okay, cool.
It's called the Beast Unleashed, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I read that it's
my next band name.
Yeah, literally 6%.
Corey or Gracie, do you all remember the drink called Tilt? Do you happen to remember this? I do remember it, Jesse. We were young. I remember it though.
Not as old as you
I'll tell you where you would find these. You would go in like Speedway or a gas station, and they would be like in the door. Like when you open the door, they would be like in the inserts in the door, and you would grab a Tilt, and it was like alcoholic, caffeinated, fucked up shit. This is the precursor to like Four Locos. Is actually
I remember Sparks. Do you remember Sparks?
Yep, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay,
Tilt,
all right.
Sparks,
I remember
all
orange and black Sparks.
Yeah, and Jesse, if I'm saying this wrong, make sure you let me know. Yeah, he says yes, sir. I knew what you were talking about because I definitely bought those. I bought those many nights. I'm not even sure I was 21 when I bought those. That's how long ago it was. I missed the rains down in Africa. Corey, let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about Gressel Radio. First of all, what inspired you to make your own radio station?
Well, I've always loved music and played in bands myself. I play bass. I enjoy music. Went to school for like recording, broadcasting, audio production, electrical engineering. I really wanted to just like be on the other side of the glass and record bands and be the studio producer and touch all the buttons and stuff. I enjoyed being on both sides and learning about it. Well, over the years, I realized I'm not much of a good singer, but a lot of my homework assignments had me use music and talk over it. So I was like, well, sure, why not? And to be honest, my father used to be a DJ back in the day, so always grew up around records and just knowing of that culture. So I was like, all right, sure. And I'll be honest, there was a night I was drinking with a good friend of mine who was like, hey, let's play some music. And I was like, okay, play this song. And he's like, man, you listen to that all the time. And I'm like, I love it. He's like, well, you ever think about listening to other music besides what you always listen to? I was like, no. But I finally did and caved. And then I kind of stumbled into like local bands in the area that I've played music with. We've shared a show, just this band's here, that band's there. I really got into the local scenes really good. And I was like, I'll play that stuff. I'll learn new music and combine the two. Kind of COVID put us all at home. Everybody has a second project, candles, painting. Everybody's got a talent. And I was like, I have a studio in the other room. Might as well use it. Keep going. And I think it's a great way to listen to music, especially local music. If you are interested in that scene at all, it's a great scene. There are amazing artists in our area. And you can take a rock and throw it and hit someone's house and they play great music. Huntington, Charleston, everywhere. And it's a great scene. I enjoy it. And it's a cool way to listen to it and learn new music. Gressel Radio. It's not exactly all local. I throw a little spice in there, a little fun. Some cool commercials to listen to. I don't really do this for any type of profit or any type of like anything more. It's just a fun way to listen to it, and so it's all free and it's always there. You can go to the website, listen to it. You can download an app and play it on your phone, Bluetooth to your car. It's a great 30 minutes when you're driving to work to just pop on something different. Do you want to hear AC/DC again? Do you really want to turn it over and be like, oh, there's that song?
Every station, right? Yeah.
Here's something else. And here's local bands. And you can be like, hey, I've heard of them. And go scope out their shows, which is what I plan to do this summer a lot more. Looking forward to going out and seeing some shows, some festivals, have a great time. And that's what Gressel Radio is, a good time, some music. Hey, check it out.
I just bought my first concert tickets of the year so far. They are in Asheville, North Carolina. Going to head that way here in a few months to see Sylvan Esso, and I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Very excited about that show. But I really like the indie scene. So like I listen to music in so many different ways. So this is why this is very interesting to me, because you've got your own station where you've got control over it, and you're also playing, like you said, something different than maybe what else I'm subscribed to. But like obviously I'm all over Spotify. I will play YouTube sometimes, but I mostly play Spotify. But I'm also a really big XM listener, and that's one of my favorites. And the XM that I listen to the most is called XM and XMU. And those are the indie stations and the indie discovery station that plays only brand new stuff. Because like you said, man, I just felt saturated with everything else that I listened to. It was essentially the same stuff. Even on Spotify,
have your go-tos. It's great to like, I'll play this again, and you get that vibes, get the goosebumps if you're in the right mood. It's awesome to have your go-tos, but I was told to think outside the box. It was getting stale. So it's great to learn new music. I think Spotify and Amazon, all them, they do a recommended list based upon what you listen to, and you find some good finds in there. You're like, it's pretty cool. Oh, that song's 8 years old. Oh, that band broke up. Darn. But I do a little bit of the homework for you. I go down the rabbit holes and try to find, some bands they send to me, which is awesome. Keep sending them, guys. We'll give you a listen, and a play. But it's really cool to learn something new and like, I didn't even know that was there. That's in my new go-to list. And that's how you grow is music, right?
Well, let's talk about how maybe they could send you something. So maybe to those listening right now, maybe they do make some music. Maybe they're creators, and maybe they want to send you something and they want that featured on your show. How can they do that, man? Where can they get? Gracie's got the link to your show in the chat.
I'm about to send the email.
You can listen to it anytime at that
chat too.
Page, the Podbeam, but email stellarstudios2112@gmail.com. Just send me an email. Drop an MP3 in there. Write a little quick bio. Perfect. It's right there. Yeah,
it's in the chat.
Send everything there. Tell me if it's good. Tell me if it's bad. Here's a band you know of. Here's a band coming up. Send a song. A link too. I just prefer to send the MP3. It's easier. But I'll go check them out and play them on. And yeah, drop it in. I love getting emails. It's great. It's like, a new band. And I know I'm not the only one in this game. There's some other local stations. I want to say something out of Charleston, I think, plays local music. So there are other outlets. And of course, you can always type in any of these bands in Spotify. But maybe you didn't know about them and you found them on Gressel Radio. Then you go to Spotify and add them in. So it's all good for exposure for bands,
That's the start I want to hear about. We started on Gressel Radio, and now we're here playing this festival. Hey, Dwight from Shotgun Squad, you say you ain't here for it. What's Dwight not here for? Am I behind on the chat? Are you not here for the monster, or are you not here for the Gressel Radio? Because I want you to just come out and say it. And while we're talking about it, let's shout out Shotgun Squad, man. ShotgunSquad.com. Go check out their merch. I'll scroll it across the bottom here in a second.
Other way, Corey.
There you go. Shotgun Squad. Gracie's got the banner. Corey, how often do you put out what you would call a new show? Is this a weekly thing? Is it bi-weekly? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's everything. It's I try to do a top 6 songs of the week once a week. Try to put it out on Mondays, but it's difficult because we all have stuff going on. But yeah, at least once a week there, and then maybe 3 to 4 more shows on top of it. It's designed in my mind for you to listen to it and just let it play. And it's going to not be the same thing, but it's going to sound like a radio station. You got an hour of some music with some commercial breaks, and you got the top 6. Sometimes I'll find some cover songs, try to keep it fresh. But yeah, about 6 to 8 shows a month. I'd love to do more. If I can get someone to help with some social media or jump in as a second person, we could do more. We could grow this bad boy.
You just said it right there, dude. This social media.
Jake Christian, right here.
Jake
good
Christian.
one. It's a good one to have on Gressel Radio.
There you go, man. See, we're making connections.
Hello.
Yeah.
Jake, you got to listen to the show. You got to get on Gressel Radio, man. We just told you how to get there. We can go over that again. Send an MP3 to the email that's in the chat of anything that you would like Corey here to play on Gressel Radio, and boom, you got a radio station that's going to do it. As a matter of fact, Corey, I'll guarantee you one that's going to send you one right here. And check this out. It's Jesse in the chat. He says, "All you done messed up. I'm about to flood you after the show." Jesse is fantastic. He's a fantastic artist, and he'll get you some stuff.
Awesome.
And he has a lot of passion in what he does, and so therefore he's going to follow through on that. But yeah, Jake, what's up, man? Good to see you, Corey. But what I was going to say though, you really hit on a hot topic for us. I know Gracie and I deal with this weekly, and we have for years and years and years now, which is crazy to say because we've been podcasting that long. But man, keeping up with social media and all that shit. Oh my God, dude, it is absolutely exhausting. It really is a full-time job. You can see why places quite literally hire people to just run it full time. It's a full-time job, man. It's exhausting. Probably the most exhausting part of the whole thing, honestly.
Yeah. And it's also, I don't know, maybe I'm older and have a different point of view. It's also delicate. Yeah, you have to be just right with it. But that's where I am on the topic. I'll let someone else do it. Who's got good thumbs. So yeah, agreed.
Good thumb. Hey man, I've made a decision on this, by the way. I've made a decision, guys. Believe it or not, I'm going to say no to the Monster Beast because I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't have caffeine in it. So all this is an imitation Monster that has alcohol in it, which some would say, but Brian, like you love Monster Energy. Yeah, but I love to keep it at Monster Energy. I don't want to just like drink something that tastes like my energy drink that has no energy, but it has alcohol. I don't want to mix the two like that. And honestly, my argument would be I like Monster so much, I just don't want to mix it like that. So at least this flavor, I know they make multiple flavors, but at least this flavor right here, it's going to be a no for me because I don't want to think I'm drinking a Monster Energy, but I'm actually drinking this like hint of alcohol. I don't want to mix the two. So sorry for that. I had to stand up and say something.
Stand up for what you believe in, sweetie.
Yeah.
Jesse says I suck at it. That's not true, Jesse. You're okay. Fantastic.
I'll still play you. I think that's one of the fun parts is once you guys listen, there's I'm not gonna say we'll play anything, but I love the fun stuff.
Let's run with that then, Corey. Tell me, first of all, so far in your experience, first of all, how long has Gressel Radio been a thing? Is it literally since the COVID times? Is that when it started?
Actually, it was before that. I went back and found some old like set lists and playlists that I had. I was doing this back in like 2017. Is kind of when I started.
Been around for a minute.
Pen and paper, and I think I used like a different type of website or platform. I tried Spreaker for a bit. I don't know if you heard commercials for it, and it's like whatever, but it got me thinking again. So this time I did it around. I'm on Podbean app. Shout out to Podbean app. Download today. But now it's been going on for a while. It's been so small. I'd hate to say it, but really small. But then once everything COVID broke down and we kind of had some free time, I looked into it more, and a lot more new bands formed. And a lot more new shows came out. The Loud was down forever. I'm sorry. The V Club was down, and then it rebranded to The Loud, which is a good place in Huntington to listen to music. Great place. And now they got more shows going on. So there's a lot more activity, especially coming this summer. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Corey, I was wondering, what's the weirdest thing that has been sent your way? For someone to play on the show, like
I'm still really waiting for something super weird to come in, but I've had a few where it's like okay, we'll roll with that. I think what really was weird for me one time was that like someone messaged me and sent me some music, and I was like, okay, cool, and then I played it, and then I never heard from them again. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know if they liked it or not. I hope they did. Maybe they told their friends. I don't know.
They were
But,
probably pulling the old shotgun blast where they're just like, we're going to send this to as many places as possible. They just randomly ran across you, never checked in on it, don't know if you played it or not. That's what I would guess.
It's like, is there? I mean, but I really haven't had any negative feedback. Like, no one's really told me to go take a hike. And I haven't been copyright claimed yet. So far, so good. We'll keep it up.
Let's talk about real. Not that you're not a real radio station. Everything's real, dude. You put it out there. But I was in a large studio in the city, the largest in the city. I had a buddy that worked there for a long time. Graham out there says the word organic describes it best for me.
Graham, shout out to Graham.
Graham, what's up, man? Great to hear from you. Seriously, miss you a lot, dude. But no, I was in a large studio while shows were being recorded, and it was unbelievable, Corey, at the time. Now, this was years and years ago, so I'm sure times have just totally changed. But this was
Like
back when people would,
like
this was back when you, what?
Was it a television studio with like?
No,
cameras?
this is a radio station, a local radio station here. I was in their studio because my buddy was a DJ there for over 10 years. And so I would often go in while he was recording shows and just kind of like play around in the studio. It was a fun environment to be. Plus, I was bored. So anyway, this was back in the day where if your band made music, they would send the CD for free to radio stations, just begging them to play it, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm flipping through all these CDs.
Dude. CD.
Well, I had
loud and local.
They get so many CDs that they can't even read them all, let alone even try to listen to them or play them. So there was this stack of CDs where like they had never even touched it. And I told my buddy, I was like, I'm gonna go through these while you're on air. I'm just gonna like look around. And I'm flipping through of all these unknown bands. You've never heard of any of them. And I'll never forget, I discovered this group called Whitest Kids You Know, WKUK. And it was like no one had ever heard of them. And so we just like thought their name was hilarious. So we took the CD home. We all grabbed a few drinks. We threw the CD on. And it turns out to be like a skit group where it's half like SNL skits, comedy, and half like goofy music, like The Lonely Island from SNL, for example. And they're fucking hilarious. Well, then they went on to do big things. They got their own show on Comedy Central. They're all over. You can still look them up. And, sadly, just like within the year, I believe, like the leader of that troupe died. And I forget how he died because they were all young. But they're just like an SNL group like The Lonely Island where they did music and comedy skits. And I just randomly pulled that CD from the studio. What a weird time. What a weird time to be.
No, it sounds like a lot of fun. Because that's what I did. I sent in my music. Back in the day, you'd have to like go into a recording studio and put in the time. I mean, you still kind of do, but it's more accessible now for bands. But yeah, the effort and the drive and the energy to put it in and then send it into a radio station, get played. I was working, I was 17, 18 and driving around delivering pizzas. And it was like the time slot, the 1 hour of the week where they would play the local stuff. And it's like, oh, will they play our band? Oh, I hope so. And sure enough, one night it came on and I had to pull over the car and I was like,
a party.
Great. And if I can give that back to someone, or if band A never heard of band B, but now they have and they can trade shows, that's awesome too. To be able to say, hey, I was on Gressel Radio once. Oh, that's cool. Hey, you want next topic? But it's fun, something to do, and that's my talent. I don't sing. Sorry. So this is like me doing a podcast or promoting. Everybody's got a thing. Everybody's got talent, and everyone should do it.
Guys, if you're just now tuning in, or maybe you're new to the show, or you're someone that's listened to a few, I promise you, stick around for 3 more minutes. We're going to play Family Feud pretty much right away this evening. But we've got more questions for Corey first, for sure. Gracie, any questions for Corey before I just keep firing away?
No, go ahead.
Gracie says, I'm literally asleep over here. Sorry.
She says it's her favorite radio station ever.
Are you also always sleepy?
Never met a sleepier person.
Or do you not like sleep?
I've never met a sleepier person.
What?
I've never met a sleepier person than you. You're the sleepiest person I've ever met. It's not a big deal. I'm not like mad about it. It's just like, you're very sleepy. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Sleepy all of the time.
Yeah,
I'm not as sleepy as you. I used to be, gotta have 10 hours, maybe 11 hours of sleep, because man, it's a lot to get this beautiful. But nowadays, when I'm working out, I can actually sleep like 6 hours, but I wake up every morning about 7 or 8 because it's just I open at work and I'm just in a habit of it.
Feel
And
that.
my body just goes, time to get up. I'm like, okay.
Feel that, dude.
I'm an Indian outlaw.
Indian outlaw, man. No doubt about it.
I appreciate
Jesse Lawrence wants to know what's your least favorite genre of music that you still broadcast?
I like all styles of music, but to answer the question, I really don't want to go jazzy or something that's like I might get lost and forget where I'm at. But what I don't have any written rules, but something I kind of try to avoid is like a solo artist with just a guitar. There's so much of it, and I'll still play it if the mood's right. But I like bands or like you've layered some tracks. You know, you've gone in and you've done it. If it's just something real basic, I can do that too, and you don't want to hear me. So let's kick it up a notch, you know. But I don't know. I kind of like everything. It's kind of weird when I play it for someone else, and they're like, "Oh, you play country?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." "Oh, you play this?" "Yeah, yeah." "Oh."
But I've been waiting for Jesse to comment. Corey, exactly. Jesse is literally a man with a guitar.
That is true.
I mean, well, you know.
That's okay, man. It's a baited question.
And I'll play it, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
Poor Jesse was he was toeing the water. He was like, hopefully his least favorite isn't just like man with a guitar by chance. Let me just see what his least favorite is. Hey, what's your least favorite? Man with a guitar.
Man with a guitar. Yeah,
son of a bitch.
Oh,
Jesse,
right.
it's time for you to get Amy involved. Then you could be man and woman with a guitar.
Well, actually, that brings up a great topic that I want to bring up. I've had a lot of feedback from people that do listen that they would ask if I do interviews or stuff like that. And I do want to do like an artist spotlight or an in the studio with, and kind of open the doors a little bit and bring in singer-songwriters that can like hook up to my equipment in my studio. I don't have a picture of it now, but we could plug in there, talk for a while, have a few beers, and then we'll record everything, and then we'll mix it, and we'll make like, here's the music part, and then here's the show, and then here's like the after show. I'm really trying to like bring in some artists that would be interested in doing that. And I think singer-songwriters, Jesse, would be a great way for me to start to get good at it and really guinea pig it up. And if we get good, talking, you know, we can start putting out some good stuff. I always loved MTV's Unplugged segment.
Yeah.
They brought in like STP and all those great bands, and they unplugged them. Hey, that'd be something kind of to do. Hey, Stellar Studios 2112 gmail.com. Tell me what you think. Let's hook it up.
Yeah, the email's in the chat, guys, and we'll throw it back on the screen. Gracie's going to put it in there again. We'll just keep spamming that email in there. By the way, shotgunsquad.com. We're going to keep spamming that. Camoenergyshots.com. We are not done talking about Gressel Radio, but we will take this moment to play some Family Feud. Let's go.
Do it.
Stellar Studios 2112 at Gmail. Send your MP3s to Corey. He wants to play you on Gressel Radio. Do you create something? Send them to Corey. He's going to play it. Guys, it's Family Feud time. You know the drill. We're giving away Camo Energy for free. If you win, make sure you DM us your address, even if you've won before. We want to get that out to you. The first person to 3 correct number 1 answers is going to take the Camo Energy variety pack. We're going to give you multiple flavors. Let me change up our crawler down here at the bottom. We got to get Camo back on the screen. There we go. Camoenergyshots.com. That's what we're giving away right now. Okay, guys. Gracie is your judge. She's going to let us know. Corey's getting the helmet on. He's game ready. We're going to get back to Gressel Radio. We're not done with Gressel Radio. It's such an interesting topic. I feel like, Corey, the last thing that you were talking about is my favorite station on XM, the XMU, the Discovery Channel, where they bring in the indie artists. They bring them in and interview them sometimes and give us a few. That's my favorite. It really is. I really like where you're going with that. But
it's the next step, and I'm all for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I love your helmet, dude. Let me hit the button again. It's time to go. Here we go. Okay, guys. First question. Name something people describe as hot. Name something people describe as hot. Jesse says the squad father's in the house. I missed him. I didn't see him in there.
Miranda, I will literally block you from commenting.
Candy says it's like Howard Stern without strippers. Corey's show. Oh, Sean Jackson is in the house. Mr. ShotgunSquad.com, as I like to call him. Still looking for that number one answer. Nobody's got it yet.
Come on,
name
people,
something.
hot? You know,
name something people describe as hot.
Tamales, hot tamales.
Corey, you're not allowed to answer.
Hot. Oh, well, I always get them wrong anyways when I play this game, so I figure this is perfect.
Let me give you like a small hint. Maybe type in like hot on your cell phone and see if maybe like an emoji pops up. That's the only hint I'm going to give, and we'll give you guys like 30 more seconds here to see if anybody can get this thing. Nope, nobody's got it.
How do I see the chat?
I probably threw you off with the emoji. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, wait. Whenever you tell
there might be a couple emojis. That is a great answer. I mean, fire is hot. It's not fire though. It's really not. Yeah, but Jesse, the lag doesn't matter if you would just type in the correct answer. You would have already got it by now. Think
There's
about
always
it that way.
delay.
You guys can catch Jesse Lawrence at manwithaguitar.com.
Okay, Brian.
Okay, oddly enough, nobody got this. Something people describe as hot.
Dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. No.
No, man. It is pepper. The answer is pepper. Okay, fair enough. Jesse really gave it a shot at Rachel Lee Cook in Josie and the Pussycat Dolls.
That was very specific.
It's oddly specific, actually. Sounds like a guy with a poster on his wall. Okay, guys, let's go. Next question. Name something a person should never leave home without. Name something a person should never leave home without.
Isn't that the tagline for Progressive?
It could be.
Randa.
Aranda says pepper.
That was not nice.
That's a white person answer. Listen, Aranda, I will challenge you to the spice test. Spice it up.
Like a hot pepper, not like the seasoning pepper.
Yeah, like a ghost pepper. I think that's where the card was going, I believe.
I really keep thinking about those Cheetos we had last week.
She said pepper spray. You know what? I think I would have accepted that at that point, actually.
I love you, Raymond.
I could agree to that pepper spray comment. It burns. Just kidding.
Guys, are we going to go 2 in a row where we don't get something? Like, come on.
What's the question again? What's the question we're on?
Okay, I'm gonna give it. Name something a person should never leave home without. The number one answer is finally in the chat. It is wallet, according to
I locked myself out of my house without my keys, but damn it, I got my wallet on me.
Gracie, can you verify number one answer?
I'm pretty sure it's Jesse.
It's Jesse who decided to shotgun blast it all with
wallet keys.
Yeah. You know, and the reason that we will accept that is because you can guess as many times as you want. So if you want to take the time to put them all into one and you know, pull the Jesse, then fine.
I like this Jesse guy, dude. He's got it right. Except you need wallet, keys, phone, and SIGs.
All right, guys.
Keys was my number one answer. So
here we go. Next question. Name something that gets arranged. Name something that gets arranged. This is a weird one. You guys might not get this one.
Arranged. I'll move this over here, and I'll put that over there, and I'll put this arranged.
What
like a limp biscuit that gets rearranged. Sorry if I cussed.
Oh, the number one answer is already in the chat, by the way. The number two answer was wedding or marriage. That was number two. But the number one answer, flowers.
Wow.
Flowers arranged. I'm waiting for you, Gracie. Who's on the board?
Oh, Miranda. Sorry. Jesus.
duh.
She's the one that said fucking flowers, Brian.
Sorry, Gracie fell asleep actually
Can you
during
fucking
the
read?
live
She's
judgment.
the only one that said
She
flowers.
always falls asleep.
Quite
Like,
literally,
literally,
Gracie's only
it's
job is
right
to
there.
announce who
It
wins.
says flowers.
She doesn't have to talk the rest of the show.
Literal
She has
only
to say a
answer on the
name.
board that says flowers.
She chose to not say a
Are you
name
done
during
yelling
her
at
only
me?
job,
I'm
which
gonna
is
cry.
to say a name.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Sorry.
We'll talk about it later. Not to be confused with Candy's ovaries, which she never leaves a home without.
I thought that's what was the answer from What's Hot.
Aranda makes a checklist, and she never leaves home without her checklist of things to do.
Thanks, Miranda. I appreciate you for taking it for me. Brian.
I'm sorry, Aranda. I have to call her. Her job is to announce the name winners, and so like for some reason her brain said, "Fuck it, I'm just not going to say it this round. I will write it.
Brian,
I will close the poll.
I mean,
I'll
it's really
stop
not
the
that
questioning.
hard. It's
I will
that
not
hard
say
to
who
do,
won.
Brian. You're
I
so
won't
smart.
say who won. Things I will do, I'll sleep. Things I won't do, announce winners of Family Feud.
You know
Okay,
me
guys,
so
here
well.
we go. Name something people learn to like. Can't wait to hear what you type for this.
Brian.
Name accurate. That's accurate. Name something people learn to like. Yeah, you like guys like Corey right away. Guys like me, you gotta learn to like me. It's struggles.
Miranda, you can't steal my answer.
I'm already in the chat. Here we go.
Oh shit. Got it.
You know, Beer and Brian, those are both great answers. Neither one's correct.
What a bummer.
Name something people learn to like. I will tell you that this number one answer is not extremely
How dare you
specific.
put Serge, Miranda?
That was rude.
That was not okay. I'm taking. She loses a point for that. Point deducted. That means you're back at 0
for this one. Learn to like. You're gonna learn to like this now, right? Is that kind of?
Sean, the squad father, I've got a hint for you. Be less specific about the words that you're typing, and you're going to nail it. You're being very specific. Be less specific, and you're going to get it.
Yeah, it's like a one-word answer. I learned to like toast. Toast. I hated it first, but now I like it.
This is getting real weird.
Okay, Jesse, you're finally getting warmer. It's less specific than shellfish. Okay, number one answers in the chat. Finally, it's the word food. You guys named a lot of food, but it's just the word food. Something people learn to like, food, not to be confused with anal or butt sex or even taking it in the back door or their spouse.
It took me a second.
Or the classic anal trumpet playing.
Oh, Brian, in case you can't read now, Miranda was the one that said
Or
food.
even lobster. Miranda was the winner, says Gracie. We will take that. Gracie, can we get a score update?
Jesse 1, Miranda 2.
Ooh, Miranda's one away from taking it, guys. Here we go.
What? Okay.
Nope, I'm skipping that question. That one sucked. Next. Okay, here we go. Name an activity during which most participants are barefoot. Name an activity during which most participants are barefoot.
Karate. Karate. It's my answer. Number one answer on the board.
It's a great try. It is incorrect. But you're correct. And you know, like Corey, the more I think about it, let's talk about karate. You know, why do we have to have our shoes and socks off? Can't we wear those like shoes that are like socks? They're like shoe socks.
Well,
They're toe
now
shoes.
we can, but when we were little kids, there's no take your shoes off. You know, stand like this.
Why?
Because I took karate for like 2 years, like white belt. What's after white belt? I didn't get that.
Yellow.
I just had white belt.
Amazingly, Corey, someone has typed the word karate into the chat. I can't believe it.
Hey,
You
it's a good
totally-
answer.
you
Good
made
answer.
Even though we said that's
Good
not the right
answer.
Corey did say the word karate, and we followed up with that's not the correct answer. And then someone definitely typed karate in the chat still.
You never want to type what I type. It's always wrong. I got one answer right. No, I think I got 2 answers right and almost one.
Okay, the number one
Wrong
answer
time
is in the
loser.
chat, by the way. I think it was like the first thing typed. It was so fast. The number one answer is swimming, by the way.
Jesse.
Jesse is on the board. He's challenging Miranda.
Ooh, Jesse 2, Miranda 2.
Sex? Anybody say sex?
Okay, here we go, guys. I think you guys are going to be all over this next one. Get those keyboards ready. Shotgun blast time. Name a personal habit you know you'd have to break in order to live with someone. Name a personal habit you know you'd have to break in order to live with someone.
Well.
Hey, Gracie, Caitlin says that she typed that in first, by the way. And actually, I think she's right, maybe. Hold on, let me look here. Maybe. I'm looking on my end. Hold on.
No, on my end, it said I have Jesse talking about Miranda's laughing. And then
Oh, yeah. I'm with Gracie. Caitlin, I'm sorry. I'm with Gracie. You came in after Jesse on our end, too. It's delayed. It's always going to look like you're faster on your end, put it that way, because it's your own internet. I hope that makes sense. A for effort.
Yeah. I always win when I play.
Okay, let's see if anyone has. Yep, someone's got this. Number one answer in the chat. It is smoking. That's the habit somebody would have to break.
Sean.
I'd have to quit smoking
The
to have a
squad
roommate.
father. Well, Corey, only if you want to live with someone. If you don't want to live with someone, you just keep smoking away, man.
I mean, unless you live with another smoker.
Thanks.
Or live with another smoker. You guys could shotgun each other right in the mouth.
Now, would they have to start smoking to live with me? Is that how that works?
You could.
Or
you could set that
okay,
preference.
Moving on. I saw that face. Nope.
All right, here we go. Next question. Name something a person might sneak into their bedroom. Name something a person might sneak into their bedroom.
Guys, it's the same answer from the first question. So if you remember the first question, it's the same answer.
Karate. Someone type karate, please.
Yeah. Shh, I'm sleeping.
I love the answer of a dog, but it's not a dog. I do love that answer.
I'm blocking Miranda.
Nom, 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 nom. I'm going to eat ya. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, to be specific, yeah, you guys are typing it now. To be specific, the number one answer is food. That's something that people might sneak into their bedroom. And so since multiple people typed it, we're going to take the first food. Which one is it, Gracie?
I told you I'd shoot. Why did you
Corey
believe me?
Said, Aranda said food first.
And that's the same on my end as well. It's Aranda and then Squad Father. Gracie, we're going to need a score update.
Woo!
Aranda and Sean 1, Miranda and Jesse 2.
Guys, this is getting tense tonight, man. Wow.
Yeah, everybody.
Shoot.
I like it.
Intense.
Keep it coming.
Okay, here we go. Here's a weird question. Great. Name something you do to pass the time while at jury duty. Name something you do to pass the time while at jury duty. Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah. Good answer.
Those are old answers, not to be confused with what we're doing now. Name something you do to pass the time while at jury duty.
Look at wait. It's getting real weird.
What's up, man?
Corey, what did you have for breakfast today?
What a good question.
Jeez, Dad, let me think. I don't think I had breakfast today. I think I just drank a bottle of water, and then I have my usual cup of tea when I wake up, a little cup of tea, and then I usually just drink a bottle of water, and then I get to work and eat whatever I want there. I think I had like a cheesy bread at like noon.
Got you.
Cheesy bread.
Cheesy
But we did
bread.
make tacos tonight, so shout out to my team. It was taco night. I went and got some like ground beef and some taco stuff and had tacos in the back with like a crock pot. It's my brother's idea. It's a great idea. Everybody seemed to like it. Tucker made some really, really cool queso dip, and everybody had a good time. So shout out to a fun Friday.
That's fun.
Thank you all for
Yeah, no doubt. That reminds me of the show The Bear. They would always have like a spaghetti dinner at the end of like their shift, and the family dinner is what they called it. I like that, man. I like that a lot.
Nice.
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to shut this question down. Nobody has gotten it, unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm wrong, Gracie, you can look. The number one answer is read. That's the number.
Someone said read.
Did someone say that? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah. Caitlin, that was the first answer. Was read.
Oh my God, Caitlin was so fast. I didn't even see. I'm sorry, Caitlin. You are on the board this round. I'm sorry.
Hey, good job, Caitlin. Woo!
I'm gonna need Miranda and Jesse to step
Hey,
it up.
Serge Tankian's in the house. Check it out, guys.
Hey, Serge.
Little Serge. Little Serge. There he is.
Oh, we love
Nothing
you, Serge.
else even matters at this point. This is the best part of the show. Look at that. I was looking for Jesse's answer. I was waiting for buttholes or open anus, and it turns out he did type the word masturbate is what he would do during jury duty. He would sit there and listen to you try to become innocent.
Jesse, maybe you can't come over to the house in the studio.
Could you imagine looking a man in the eye? Could you imagine looking into a group of your peers and professing your innocence, and this man is just hammering it? He is just looking you in the eye because that's what he's there to do. He came to listen and masturbate.
He
came. He came again. He came.
Oh,
Your Honor.
He came. He listened. He jacked. He came. He's out.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
That is a weird part of the show for sure. Thank you, Jesse. This stuff you cannot find on Gressel Radio. Only music, by the way. All right, guys. Here we go. Next question. Name a food that usually winds up getting all over a person. Name a food that usually winds up getting all over a person. Please, Jesse, don't say it.
Brian, why do you keep picking these questions?
Family Feud says it. As a matter of fact, Jesse bought us this set of Family Feud that I'm reading.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesse.
Technically, it all comes back around to him in the first place. And Jesse did, in fact, say the word semen, and I knew that's what was going to come. It's not semen or karate. Name a food that usually winds up getting all over a person.
Is it not in there yet?
I'm looking. I don't see it.
Oh, weird, because I definitely thought.
Come on, you creative people. Put your answer in. Is it whipped cream? Is it chocolate sauce?
Throw out those sloppy foods. Slop your foods all into the
tacos. What you got? What's your favorite food?
Number one answer is in the chat. It is spaghetti. We will accept mom's spaghetti.
Okay, that was already up at the top.
Oh, spaghetti was already in there?
LaCandace. It was the first answer, Brian.
I missed it again. I'm so busy with the semen answers, I keep missing the good stuff. Damn it, Jesse. Spaghetti.
Woo!
Can we get a score update? How has nobody won?
Fuck no.
I bet you Ethan said that answer.
I'm all done.
1 hour of Family Feud? Is that what the show has become?
Sean, Miranda, Caitlin, and Candy all have one. Jesse and Miranda have two. And if neither one of them get this next answer, I'm canceling out their scores and they have to start.
My favorite answer is Sloppy Joe's, by the way. That's a great answer. First of all, delicious.
LaCandace, I've got you. Just ignore
Second of all American. Thirdly, extremely sloppy. It's in the fucking name. Of course it's sloppy. Hold on. Here's what LaCandace said. I'm going to say it in her voice. I said spaghetti long time ago. Let me know how I did. Okay, guys. Next question. Pretty
close.
Names. All right, guys. Here we go. I can't say. Serge, can you read this question? I can't read it.
Serge, do you know how to read?
Candy promptly said, "Eat my ass." Okay, here's the question. Name something lots of women like that begins with the letter.
Come on, Brian. You can do this. Come on, you can do this, brother. I'm cheering for you.
Oh, man. Begins with the letter S.
Yes.
What do women love that begins with the letter S? It's not semen.
Brian, oh my gosh, are you okay? He's lost his mind over there. Begins with the letter S, you guys.
Don't say semen, please. Please don't say semen.
Come on, ladies, chime in. Take Brian's breath away.
The number one answer is in the chat. Sorry, I was too busy crying. The number one answer is sex, of course.
Spaghetti again, right?
Miranda. Thank God she's
spaghetti again.
Oh, Miranda chimed in. Oh, of course, Miranda would chime in. Woo!
It's sex.
Seems like a firework, doesn't she?
Number two on the board, very, very likely sucking ass, says Jesse. Back to the old semen sloppy joes. Of course, we're back to sloppy joes as well.
You're beautiful,
guys. That was probably the most fun round that I've ever had in my entire life. Oh my god, I was crying. Miranda's the winner. Congratulations, Miranda. DM us your mailing address. We'll get you some camo energy. We know where you live.
That's good.
Oh man.
You know, I know where several people live that watch our show.
We do. Thanks to the show, we've done some door drops. We've mailed a lot of stuff out. I know where quite a few of you live in Texas, oddly enough. I could basically just Google map your house.
We should just Google Earth everybody's house one day.
If I get like 2 days off, can I just come to Texas, talk to the Shotgun Squad, and
wait, I want to go.
Yeah, Gracie, you'd be way too tired to make it to Texas.
I would also. I could just sleep on the plane.
Guys, let's scoot on to a fun little segment. Let me find my button here. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking. I'm still looking.
Is this what I think it is?
Can't find it.
Is this what I think it is?
Can't find it.
What are you doing?
That's what I think it is.
Looking for the button. Sorry, I can't see through the sunglasses and the tears that I just cried during
Shots fired.
Don says, "Come through." I hear you, man. Seriously, if I ever do, you would be the first to know.
Shots fired.
Guys, it's that part of the show where we drink a shot and we fire a shot about something. Gracie, in the middle of a yawn.
I'm sorry, I'm yawning.
Girl, what? My goodness. You know what? Fire a shot. Wake up and fire a shot.
My shots fired is at you because you're so mean to me all the time because I'm so sleepy.
Fair enough. I'm a tyrant because Gracie is so tired. It's strange. Shots fired. I've noticed that Gracie really enjoys firing a shot at people that she loves the most. It's usually her daughter. So I will take this as just love is what I'll take.
Yes, I love you the most.
Does Gracie love you? Because she's about to talk some shit during shots fired.
Yeah, that's true.
Corey, would you like to do a shots fired?
Oh, you know I want to do it.
Have at it, man. Let's go.
Okay. So it's called a turn signal. And you're supposed to turn it on before you turn. And you should honestly turn it on, if you're going to turn. They're really easy. They've been around since I can't even remember. And since we're talking about driving, it's called an acceleration lane. You really want to accelerate. It's before you get on the highway, but not quite on the highway. You should really get up to the speed of traffic before you decide to just slide in there. Because I'm over here on my phone just texting at 78 miles an hour in the left lane, and you're just trying to come on over at 45. And I'm like, where's your turn signal, man? I know you're coming, but I ain't ready for you. So my shots fired is to be safe on the highway.
That means don't text and drive.
Let's drink.
Let's drink. Corey, you know what? I was going to maybe use this one day as my shots fired, but I'm going to piggyback on yours and I'll do my own. This is also a thing that really pisses me off about people. Let's just say they use their turn signal and they're going to turn. Why do they come to a complete stop in this busy road that we're in and then make their turn at 1 mile an hour? Dude, literally. You can fucking make the turn. You can make the turn at 20. Go. Get out of the way. You don't get to make a stop. There's not a stop sign in the road. You don't get to just stop because you're making a right-hand turn. You got to keep it going, man. Okay.
You got to stay with the flow of traffic.
Get him.
Miranda says, "Fuck anyone on the road but me." To be honest,
but Miranda, what if we're on the road at the same time?
He says, "This is the one."
Normally, I'm passive aggressive, but you got to be aggressive on the highway.
No doubt. All right, okay. My shot's fired. Here's a weird one, dude. See if you've heard of this before, if you've even thought of this. Obviously, we all grew up when we would wake up, our parents would read the newspaper, pretty normal stuff. My dad, subscribed to the newspaper. I think he still subscribes to it, but they, have chopped it down to where they only, deliver it on Sundays. I'm talking about a physical newspaper, believe it or not, people. One that you can hold, paper that you could read, okay? I never subscribed it. My parents always did. I could always see that it was going to die out, but, whatever. Didn't matter to me. I don't give a shit. Turns out, if you go to try to ask for a newspaper these days, you're going to get some really weird looks. And here's my example. So my favorite football team, the Chiefs, just won the Super Bowl, and I wanted to go out and buy all the newspapers I could that said Chiefs World Champions. So I got them from a bunch of different cities and things like that. But I drove around locally, and I've done this once before because the Chiefs won a couple years ago. When you drive around locally, if you start asking for the newspaper, you will get some pretty bizarre answers. And I'm not talking to everyone. It's not the majority of people, but it is shocking to run across a very young person working somewhere. This year's example was in BAM, the bookstore at the mall. I walked in BAM thinking maybe this place has the Herald Dispatch newspaper. So I walk in and I'm like, "Hey guys, do you have a copy of the newspaper?" And the girl's like, "Excuse me, what are you looking for?" And I was like the local newspaper or even a USA Today. "Do you have a copy of one of those?" And she said, "I'm not sure what you're asking for." And her coworker, who was also extremely young, says, "I think he means that what's it called? It's got a local name. What's it called? I don't know." And I was like, "Herald Dispatch is what our local paper is called." And they were they gave me this look I don't know what that is, and I don't know where to find it. And I was like, it's a newspaper. So that's this year's example. That's this year's example. The year previous example, I stopped at a hotel because you know how hotels always have newspapers? They deliver them to the doors and stuff. And so I thought maybe this hotel will have a newspaper. I stopped at a hotel. A very young person was working behind the desk. I was like, "Have you delivered any newspapers yet?" And she was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Herald Dispatch." I was like, "Do you have a Herald Dispatch?" And she goes, "I don't know what that is." And I said, "It's a newspaper. It's the local newspaper." And she's like, "I'll be honest, sir, I don't know if we have those or not." And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the world? Are we that far? I don't know. I'm trying not to sound like crazy old here. We all know, everybody in the chat, you know what a newspaper is, right? Am I fucking crazy? Holy shit. Shots fired at people that don't know what a newspaper is.
Wow.
Corey, Gressel Radio, when are you going to put out your next show? He's got you. This is a guest first, by the way, a handwritten note on the screen. You can read it loud and clear.
Stellar Studios 2112 at gmail.com. Hey, looking forward to the inbox filling up with some music. We'll put you on. We'll play. Tell your friends. Listen in. There's a lot of good music there and things you haven't heard of before. Ooh, chiming up. Everybody seems to, yeah. I hope you guys just listen and tell me, keep doing it. You're okay. Your voice is fine. I don't want to listen to you all the time. But, yeah, I mean, if you've run out of spot, I need something new. Well, here's new, and it's local artists, and they would appreciate you listening because, they send their stuff in. They want to be heard. I would do the same. I've done the same. Brian, send in a song. Gracie, send in a song.
Ooh, I like
Listeners, everyone out. Miranda, you won. You got to send a song now in. If you want that camo, write a song and send it in.
Corey, can you think of one right off the top of your head, by chance, random submissions, people that you don't know, man? MP3's flying in. Can you think of one off the top of your head that just you were like, wow, this is really good. I really dig this vibe. Can you think of one?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Most of them that come in, I try to be a little critiquey, but when I listen to them a second or third time and I'm putting it together and editing, I'm like, wow, this is actually better than the first time I listened to it. I don't want to shout too many people out because they're all good, but I'm going to throw this band out there. I believe they're called the Dream Trippers or something. I think you guys are from Harrison County, which is the county I was actually born in, which is I'm from Clarksburg area, Bridgeport. And at first I was like, well, this song's 5.5 minutes long. that's a long time to play a song. The other one was like 3 minutes, but I was like, which one do I pick? Well, I went with the 3 minute. And it turned out that it was like, this is different, but it grew on me. And it's stuck in my head like a little earworm. And I'm listening to it again. I'm listening, because I want to hear it again. And at first I was like, I don't know. So on second and third listens, it's like, wow, this was really good. And I appreciate you sending that in, and send more.
Can you say the name of that band again?
Dream Trippers, I think, is the name of the band. Apple is the name of the song. It was like on one of the last 2 shows, and it just stood out.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
I think they really wanted to
I'm looking
push
at them
the
right
other
here
song.
on Spotify. Here you go. It's the Dream Trippers, and Apple is on there.
Right there, man. That was a cool song, man. At first, I was like, I don't know, but the other one was long. But that song grew on me. I'm like, sure.
And see why it's worth sending your MP3 into Corey here, because the last thing they ever expected was to get shouted out on a random podcast. And now guess what? You got Shotgun Squad down in Texas. You got all these people all over the place, and they're hearing about Dream Trippers. And now we're all looking them up on Spotify, and we're playing the song Apple because Corey told us to. It's Gressel Radio. Corey, thank you so much for coming by this evening, man. I feel like we could talk about this forever. Congratulations on being on the most hilarious Family Feud episode of all time. I cried actual tears. Holy shit.
You lost your breath.
I lost my breath. I could not see the screen, and it was hilarious. You guys are amazing.
You tuned in. Appreciate you coming to the Holler podcast, saying hi to old Gressel Radio. DJ Dr. Gray in the house.
Corey, you have an amazing radio voice. You're a good guy too, man. I look forward to one day. I know you're slowing down a little bit, but let's throw back a whiskey one day, man. I miss you. I miss you live in person. I really do.
I do.
Holler Nation, unless Gracie has something else to say other than a yawn, perhaps?
I don't have to yawn right now.
Okay. She doesn't.
But I am a ray of fucking sunshine.
But she's a ray of fucking sunshine. Holler Nation, I'm going to smash a bunch of buttons. We're going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys next round. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Arby's, we have the meats.
You make me come. You make me come.
We're sorry.